Okay, okay. Hello. 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 So, um, just to wrap up this first task and then we go to the second one, but elevator pitch is no more than a communication process. So everything in marketing, in sales, is communicating something. And communication is something very simple on one hand, on the other hand, it's very difficult to accomplish. So you have in your mind the source, a message you want to someone else to get. So you need to encode that and send it, and then you want the receiver, to actually perceive exactly what you want, you intended to do. In the middle, so you have a lot of noises, like the physical noises, language barriers, a lack of knowledge of both parties on something, especially on the receiver side. So what happened with the elevator pitch is that all this happened in 1 minute. Okay, so you need, on one hand, noises don't work too much, so it means that on that side, the communication process is more easy in one way. But another way, that the encoding of your message should be perfect, because you don't have a second chance. You have only one chance, and that chance, in that moment, you exactly have to give the message the other party wants to have. I have seen some people that they have different elevator pitch that they know by heart, and according to the person comes, they can deliver the message. So this is what we need to train our students. And just before coming here, one of my students came to my office. He was gonna go to Deloitte for an interview, Deloitte Consulting, and he said, "What should I do?" And then I asked him, "What are you gonna say?" And he started, and he said, and I told him, you need first to say something winning. So you need a message that grabs their attention immediately. So from the very beginning. And we discussed how much you need to work on that, a lot of time, in order to have the right message. It's a question of persuasion. What you want is to persuade. The other person has to fall in love with you, in another words. And this is an art of guiding another toward the adoption of ideas, attitude, actions. To win over rather than defeat the other in argument. So you are not gonna defeat the investor or defeat the customer. You have to win his heart and his mind. So this is this core persuasion. I will send this slide later. But basically you have to create, in that minute, there are 3 elements. One is called credibility. Who is saying that? Who is saying? So you have, when you start the elevator pitch, you have to send a message, a signal to a customer, a potential investor. I have the authority for that. The second is the right emotional environment, that the other person feel comfortable, move for that. And the third one, the argumentation has to be the right one. Let's go now to the second task. And the second task is about proposing idea on how to teach this. So we have very little time, because you are more than 100 roughly. But we are going to try to do something on this. One of the issues why sometimes it's very difficult to do an elevator pitch, and I think was the difficulty that many of you face with the poster, is that you think much more on the product than on the customer when you create the elevator pitch. And really, when you want to send the first message, the most important is not the product, is the other person. So that you get the other person on board. Just to start with a joke, okay? Wives don't want always always the same from a husband. When they are 22, a wife wants a handsome husband, a charming husband, financially successful husband, a caring listener, witty, in good shape. This is what a woman wants for a husband when he is 22nd. When he grow up a little bit, he has less nice looking, he has hair better, that opens the car, holds chair a little bit, that has enough money for a nice dinner, that listens more than talks, that laugh at my jokes, carries bag of groceries, owns at least one tie, for the weddings, and remember birthdays. When you even grow a little bit older, not too ugly, doesn't drive off until I am in the car, not hard cut when I am talking, usually remember punchlines of jokes, is in good enough shape to rearrange the furniture, shaves most weekends, okay, not everywhere. So, this is a joke, but the message is, does it work or not? Huh? A lot of time one of the problems why some people lack selling skills is because they think too much on the product. You have to think more from the customer perspective, okay? Let's have now 20 minutes of discussion in every team. I told you have to work today. Yanis told me you have to work today. So that was his order. And before the dinner, you have to win the dinner. So, share with your tables colleague good experiences in helping your pupils acquire sales skills. Focus on 3 issues: needs of your pupils, methods used, results obtained, and objectives of the training. And come up with 1 or 2 ideas to share. So this is the only thing I ask from most of the tables. We won't have time for all tables. At least 1 or 2 ideas you would like to share. Okay, if that you have tried to teach to help your pupils in selling. What did you do? What if it worked or it didn't work? Okay, and focus on it. Is clear? Let's go. 20 minutes.
Your idea that you're doing this is very much like, have you said, Sir Dragon's Breath?